All right, how's everyone doing?
Woo! Excellent.
Awesome.
Yay.
Well, I get the pleasure of teaching LinkedIn. It might not sound like the most fun thing to spend your Monday, but it's actually a really powerful tool that can help us get more engagement in our business, build our brand, and build connections with potential clients or vendors and things like that. So I spent some time. I'm nowhere near a LinkedIn expert, but I do use it a lot in my business, and been playing with it even more lately once I knew I was going to be teaching this class. So I'm getting even more skills, and I've learned a lot even more just in the last couple of weeks. So we'll dive right in and take a look. So why is it a powerful tool? Well, it's the world's largest professional network on the internet. So we all know Facebook's great for connecting with friends and family, but we know that most of the people on there are getting onto Facebook to look at pictures of friends and family, not necessarily getting businesses shoved down their face. So the nice thing with LinkedIn is it's meant for business-to-business relationships. So people are on there to absorb material of news articles and learning a lot through that process. And it aligns perfectly with Google's search algorithm. So the more content you provide onto your LinkedIn page, the more likely you are going to be able to be found. So Facebook is a lot harder to be found on there versus LinkedIn. So that's a huge bonus. It cultivates and improves personal connections. So I make a goal to be able to connect with every client that I work with. I search for them on LinkedIn every time and try to connect with them there, because I probably am not going to friend them every single client on Facebook. So I don't. It's a nice way to be able to have a meaningful connection on there where they can follow my updates on the real estate market, and they can learn a little bit more about that, and I can learn what they're doing in their business. So comparing, I talked about how it compares to Facebook. LinkedIn is growing at a very fast pace, where Facebook's kind of leveled off a little bit. So LinkedIn, I'll show you a graph in just a second how quickly it's taken off. And it's had consistent growth year over year. And it's really easy to create a LinkedIn profile. So just out of curiosity, who has a LinkedIn profile ready? All right, looks like most of the room, so awesome. So like I said, it's cut off realistically, but anyway, so this is the growth year over year, and as you can see, every single year the members of LinkedIn has grown. So that 500 is 500 million it hit in Q1 of 2017. Today it's at 562 million. So there are a lot of people using LinkedIn. So it's the preferred by a wide margin for professional social media activities. So you have the different ones. Blue is LinkedIn, red is Facebook, green is Twitter, and blue, the other darker blue one, is Google+. So as you can see, LinkedIn is winning in all of these categories, making professional connections, improving the effectiveness of my referral network, building my brand identity, cultivating client prospects, expanding my professional knowledge, enhancing current client relationships, and thought leadership in Minefield. So one of the biggest things I use it for is brand awareness. I'm not going on there expecting to get new clients as ASAP. I'm hoping to build up that brand awareness. People are going to know that I'm a resource of information to them, and in turn, they're going to probably send me business at some time in the future. But it's a get business slow type venture for me. But you can do it as fast or slow as you want. So some tips to building a stellar LinkedIn profile. First one is be real. So use your picture, use your real name, full name. Build it personalized to you. People are going to be searching on there for you. You're going to be referring out to people, so be yourself on there. Be complete. So use everything that it has. There's just so many, and we're going to cover a lot of different things that LinkedIn can do. And so being able to use every single part that LinkedIn has and use it to your advantage, because LinkedIn is free for the most part. You can pay for premium stuff, but For the most part, what I use it for and what most people use it for is the free portion of it. Be branded. So be sure to let everyone know in like headlines and employment, everything like that, that you are a real estate agent, because I mean that's one of the main reasons we're on there, is to build our brand. So be searchable. So make sure you have certain keywords in your profile. So obviously real estate agent, Reno, things like that that are going to be able to, if someone's searching, like I said, it built in really well with the Google algorithm. So when people are searching that type of stuff, you're going to be more likely to pop up when they are searching for you in LinkedIn versus them showing up on Google or on Facebook. So be trusted. So being able to, be visual and searchable. So being able to, like I said, make sure you're branded everything to yourself. Be visual, have a lot of context in there, articles, pictures of you doing business. That's going to get more feedback and likes. It's just like Facebook where you have likes, shares, comments, things like that. So visual stuff is going to get more interaction than just a simple text. So even sharing articles creates a link with a picture and stuff like that. So be trusted. Essentially being trusted is, there's different ways you can put your skills on there, and you can ask people to give you endorsements for these skills, so they can just confirm that you're good at social media, you're good at real estate, different things like negotiation. So you can ask people for those types of endorsements. You can also ask for recommendations, where you can ask a client to recommend you, and it's just like a review on any other page. And with so many people starting their search for business professionals on the internet, I mean, look at Yelp. People, I go out of town, whenever I go out of town, I go on Yelp to see where I'm going to eat, because I don't know any of the places. So people, if they don't know a real estate agent, they're going to be online looking for reviews. And if they've been following you, they might check you out on your LinkedIn profile. And be sure to connect your LinkedIn profile to all of your other networks, email, signature as well. So I want you guys just to take a minute and think about, after just covering those quick few things, rate your LinkedIn profile on a scale of 1 to 10. So with 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. So does anyone think their LinkedIn profile is a 10? Okay, I don't even rank mine as a 10. So, there's always room for growth, and stuff still changes on LinkedIn all the time. So just being able to at least check it on a couple times a month is going to improve your business a lot. Just being active on there to remind people that what you're doing. So one of the first things you should do is upload a professional profile photo. Does everyone that has a LinkedIn profile at least have a picture on there? Okay, awesome. So first thing you're going to do is put your picture on there. Profiles with their picture on there are going to be seen 7 times more often. So it's obviously very important. You're going to want to see that. And then best size is a 400 by 400 pixel, and should be a JPEG, GIF, or PNG. Obviously you're going to want it in the last 3 years, preferably even less time. So update your headshots. People want to know what you look like currently, not what you look like 10 years ago.
Was that 10 years ago there?
Yeah. No, I was taken
10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago, yeah. And then headshot. They say that about the chest up is the best shot for that. So try not to do from a distance, like a full body length or something like that. They want to, it's easier to see on, people are on Facebook or on their phone looking on LinkedIn, and so it's going to be easier to see what you look like right there. So I actually am changing my header or my banner, but just because that's harder to see, so I've already put a background around that. But anyway, choose a professional background that's going to be able to relate you to your profession. Not necessarily to real estate, but this is Reno, so it relates me to Reno. So whether you do it to some pictures of houses, pictures of your real estate signs, something like that that's going to connect you to real estate. I have realtor there. Like I said, I fixed that a little bit since I made these slides. I put KW logo in the corner. where can you find a professional background photo? Maybe you don't want to, you don't have something with you, and you don't want to steal because you're putting it out there. You can't just go onto Google and type pictures of Reno and copy and paste a picture on there because it could be copywritten. You could get in big trouble. So, anyway, these two spots are good places to find photos that you can do for your background. So you can just type in Reno, you can type in houses, real estate, things like that. So unsplash.com and pixabay.com.
Also, you can pay a nominal fee to Ali Rivera.
Very good, yes. So if you want even better photos, yeah, I would contact Allie for that too. She takes some really great photos, and some of them are hung around the office. So, you know, it's obviously in landscape mode, so choose something really nice. The ideal size for it is right there. How I designed mine is actually on canva.com. We've talked about it in multiple different classes before, but that's where I pretty much make most of my graphics, is on Canva. So they actually have a special spot on Canva to make a LinkedIn thing. So it already has the pre-filled dimensions for you. They have templates, so you don't even have to try to get clever about making stuff. You just literally drag and click stuff in there. So it makes it so much easier. So customize your public profile URL. So for everyone in here, when they signed up for a LinkedIn account, you got a URL. So it's normally something like mine, I think was linkedin.com/Garrett Stewart 1234567 or something like that. It was a bunch of numbers after it, and it was not something that I can really just like, I want to put on my business card or something like that. It's, I want something that's easy to remember. So on the top part of there's of your LinkedIn page, there's the edit public profile and URL. So you're going to click there to be able to change your URL. So make it something, I think I just changed mine to linkedin.com/Garrett Stewart. I think I had to put a number on there. I think I put 22 just because it's my favorite number. So. But you can make it however you want. You can just do, you know, Realtor Garrett Stewart. You could do whatever you want. So, but just make it something a little bit easier for people to find you and to tell people. So, next you're going to want to complete your profile. So, there's so much. There's this, and there's even more to LinkedIn. But we're going to talk about experience. Obviously, experience is very important because it's going to show people how long you've been in the industry, what other knowledge you have. You know, that might be able to help them. For example, I was in property management before I was a real estate agent. So, you know, having that on there helps me showing my history, and they're going to be able to look through all that and know that I've had some history in housing. Volunteering. Volunteering is really important because it makes you a little bit more personal. When, you know, if I see someone, I love dogs, so when I see other profiles that are, you know, helping out for the dogs and stuff like that, you know, it makes people a little bit more real. And so I really like that about LinkedIn, and it allows you to say what charities and things you've been helping out with. Skills. So I talked about skills a little bit earlier, and skills are essentially brief two-word type skills, and I'll go over how we select those, but they're pre-filled items that you can select. So, for example, I can type in real estate, and there's a bunch of different options related to real estate I can choose that I feel like I'm skillful at. And then once you fill in your skills, people can endorse you for those skills. So, and you can request people to endorse you for those skills. So I have a client that wants to endorse me for real estate negotiation. They can do that. Choose industry. So on your profile, it actually lets you choose what industry you're in at this time. So I have real estate on there. So it just says right there. Make connections. So you're going to you're going to make connections with clients. So it's just like how on Facebook you have Facebook friends or followers, things like that. It's the same thing. So if you have a connection, that's a one-on-one connection with the person. So And make sure to include your contact info somewhere on there, as well as web links. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about how to put those web links in there. But going back to connections and building your network, so there's three different degrees that you can do with, or how LinkedIn is laid out and how you can connect with people. So your first degree, you'll see this in a first degree contact is someone that you've connected with already. You already have a connection. So pretty much all my clients are first degree, or family members or friends and stuff like that. Second degree is, say Ginger right here is in my first degree. So she has a lender that she has a first degree contact with. To me, I'm not connected with that lender, but that lender is a second degree contact to me. So because I'm connected with them through Ginger. So you're able to find people that way. And then there's third degree, which would be that lender is connected with someone else. And so it allows people to be able to find someone related, and it's not just spam of people trying to add as many people as possible. We're all connected, I think, was it 7 degrees? We're all connected to everyone in the world. So this just takes care of the first 3 degrees. The average LinkedIn user has 400 linked connections. I'm not quite there yet. I'm still building that, but it's very, one of the things I was reading when I looked at this was a goal to shoot for is multiply your age by 10, and that's a goal you should shoot for your LinkedIn contacts, because on average you make 10 meaningful relationships a year, on average they say. So 10 a year, multiply your age by 10, and you should have what your contacts is. I won't make everyone yell out their age though. So some people to invite into your connections. You know, you have colleagues, past and present, partners and clients, professional association members. So I'm part of a networking group that meets bi-weekly, and I'm connected with all of them. Right, they're networking acquaintances. You know, all the agents in the office, it's a great way to get connected with them and see what they're doing. Classmates, friends, and family. So establishing credibility through recommendations. So everything you do, if you ever go onto LinkedIn, you're going to see what people are doing. If they make a change in their career, if they've been in a career for 10 years, it's going to let you know. People are watching, and so making sure you have good credibility on your LinkedIn page is very important, and how it leads to your profile. So the recommendations show clients and other professionals that you have proof of positive business, outcomes and things like that. So don't feel bad for asking recommendations from other clients, from a lender. If you worked with a lender and you had a good relationship with them, recommend each other. Build that business up. It doesn't have to be just with past clients. So don't be afraid to ask for those types of recommendations with anyone. But the best way to get recommendations for yourself is to recommend other people. So start with that first. And then you must be first degree connections on LinkedIn to recommend or receive. So be sure that you are connecting with these people first, and then you can recommend each other. I talked about skills a couple of times. So remember I said type in real estate and it would have suggestions. This one is an example of social media, and it has different examples of what you can select for that. So depending on what type of stuff you want to talk about that you have as a skill, you can type it in and it'll have suggested skills for you to select. And then update your list of skills constantly, and just make sure that you have as many, I can't remember what it limits you to, a number of skills, but it does have a limit. But feel free to change them around every couple of months or once a year. Make a habit to add, maybe take away some that you might not feel as skillful on, anything like that you feel like should be more prominent. And then your most popular endorsed skills are going to be at the top of your page, and I'll show you that in a second as well. But so people are going to endorse you for these skills. So reinforcing brand through content. Like I said myself, I am I'm shooting for in LinkedIn to build brand awareness. So I do a lot of items of value. So I do articles, I repost articles, I do a monthly market update video, and I normally post it on YouTube, I post it on my Facebook page. I actually get more activity on my LinkedIn page than either Facebook or YouTube. So people are watching LinkedIn, and so making sure you have items of value, people are going to notice that and start to follow you a little bit more regularly. Share, like I said, share articles. So if you see a real estate related thing, say the Reno Gazette posts about Reno home prices, skyrocketing again or something like that, you can share articles about that. And then of course liking, commenting, and sharing others' posts. So the best way to get engagement on your posts is to engage in other people's posts. So don't be afraid to comment. I like that LinkedIn reminds you about people's birthdays as well. So you can say happy birthday to people on there and just build up awareness basically about yourself. All right, so here's my LinkedIn profile. So big. So actually, first I'm going to show you on Canva. You do find templates on the left there, and then you can scroll down to some web banners. This looks, oh, they
It
changed
might be
the,
social, is it social, under social media?
let's see, social. I see social graphics. Am I missing social media?
It was one back.
Or web banner. Oh, here we go. So I did web banners, and then you can click which type of web banner you have. So there is a LinkedIn banner right here. So you click that, and then it has templates for LinkedIn banners. So some of them are a little bit bigger, and it's because it'll shrink down once it's in. So again, this is canva.com, and then I just selected find templates on the left-hand side there.
Can you spell canva.com?
canva.com. So again, like I said, I'm changing my profile to have this like light background. I'm gonna make it a little bit more brighter, but just for my name and stuff to stand out. So it's very easy to use. Like I just can click on this box, maybe. Let's see. It's because it's in the background, so it's harder. There we go. And so I can choose the transparency of this box, so I can make it not transparent, or I can make it, partial. So I like to have semi-transparent boxes so you can still see the picture behind, but it makes your whatever letters you have more prominent. And that's this little checkerboard thing is how you make stuff transparent. Anyway, back to LinkedIn. So this is your profile. Now, when you log in, you're going to probably go to your home page, and this is, you can click new post, and you can select top or recent. Oh, Jared did a post. Inception. Anyway, so as you can see, Jared's active on there, and you can look through there. Some of the people are connected, Gary Vee and things like that. So you can follow through. Oh, see, Ginger liked something of Aaron's, Aaron Schiller from Tycor. So you can see what people are doing. Aaron Schiller liked Andrew's post. So everything's all connected, which I really like. You can see what other people are doing. One important thing you can do is do good hashtags. As you can see, Jared did a really good job using hashtags here, hashtag business, hashtag LinkedIn, hashtag business networking. And it's a good way to build even more people to connect with you, because when I do that, I've noticed I get a lot more engagement from posts. So, and then you can just hit like, and then there's Jared's first like for that post. like I said, LinkedIn's really good for news content too, so you can look through this and look at what's happening in news-wise if you want to. But I like to do sharing engaging posts. So on the post, you can choose, you can @mention stuff. So, you know, if I wanted to do @Jared, you know, you can tag him on a post or anything like that, inspirational leader or anything like that. So there's different ways, and if you want your post to be seen by public and Twitter, or just your connections, your first degree connections. So there's a lot of ways around it on LinkedIn. All right, but I want to show you a little bit more about profile. So to edit your profile information, this little pencil here, once you go to your profile, you'll see a pencil here. This will allow you to edit everything in your profile. And it's very important to fill out as much as possible. So one of the biggest actually things that probably, I would say the second thing most people look at, I think I read somewhere that is the second most viewed thing when someone looks at a LinkedIn profile, is your summary. So your summary is going to be your real, talk about what you do as your agent, what you can provide, what items of value you can provide. So I have my home search site, I have my home valuation site, I have my YouTube channel, and a way to contact me at the bottom. So making sure you have items of connections to allow people to engage more in your content is very important. So making sure you have links. I'm going to show you an example of this media at the bottom, but this is a really easy way to post links to your websites, post other items of value to leave on your profile page at all times. So we'll just save there. So like I said, no, I don't want to update. Okay. So here's the here's my summary. I can go down here, and then media and links that you saw at the bottom, I can do different things there. So here's an example for reasons to sell in the fall. I can have that posted on there, so that stays, and I'll update that at the end of fall and change it to a winter themed one. And then I have a little bit of a highlight down here so people can view that. Also, I have like a home buying guide when buying a home. So I can do that. They can view and click view, and it takes them to a lead capture page where they can ask for a full guide of this home buying guide.
On your LinkedIn?
Right from your LinkedIn. So if you have a lead capture site, you can connect that right with your LinkedIn, and I'll show you again how I did that. So again, I did that with the pencil. So you have to have a lead capture site first. That wasn't the lead capture site where I had people enter in information. It's not from LinkedIn. But if you have like a home valuation site or something like that, you can put that in there as well. And then just at the bottom, there's upload or link. So you can just put link, you type in the link down here, and it'll show up. You can also do like link to a video or anything like that. So if you want to do a video, if you have like a video biography or something like that, that's a great spot to put it in there. Like I said, I'm still building my LinkedIn profile, so it's not nowhere near perfect or where I want it to be. But that's what it looks like. Again, I told you earlier, industry is really important, so there is a real estate industry up here as well. You can update your info, your profile info right here as well. I like to have my birthday on there. I don't think it makes you put your year, but it lets all of your contacts know it's your birthday, and it's just awareness, oh, this person still exists. Basically, like I said, the more stuff notifies your connections, the better, because it reminds them of you. So, save that. So again, here's my connections. So I have 245 connections, so I'm not too far off of my times 10. But you can look through here and look at all of your connections on here. So your dashboard is shows a little bit of what's happening on your profile. So I'm not sure what the timeline is on this, the 15th who viewed your profile, but you have to Mary's stalking me. No. But it'll show you who's looking at your profile and things like that. So that way, if you see a connection, maybe you haven't connected with them for a while and you see them start looking at your profile, it might be a good hint to engage in them and see how they're doing. So some of my, oops. So again, make sure when you have your experience, make sure you put what, very descriptive of your experience. So like when I can type in realtor. I shoot for something that's really easy to capture, what they know what you do. And then so you have realtor at Keller Williams. So it's very important when you do put the company you work for. So for Keller Williams, it does already have a pre-made page with their logo. So you can kind of see it's really small up there, but it has the KW logo next to it. It already connects to a page so you can connect with other Keller Williams agents, Keller Williams Group 1 agents. So make sure when you type that, it does connect with that post and it will load up the logo as well. And then you can put in when you started here, a whole description. Description is very important as well because it gives them a little bit more data. And you can do another uploader link on there as well, just like I did with that home buying guide. So we'll just go back out of there. So I can look at my posts. So my most recent posts are up here. Like I said, I did a monthly value or a monthly market report update. So I can see that here, and I saw 17 likes on that video for my most recent market video. So I can click that, and there's my video right there. And I can also see who likes it. So let's see. Actually, I'll go back and show. Maybe. Well, so I can see that, Guy Johnson liked it, and I can go through, Aaron Schiller liked it, so just a couple of people that you guys might know. So also shows you who's online, who's on LinkedIn right now, what these are. I believe the white dot in the middle is recently on LinkedIn, and the solid green dot is actively on LinkedIn at this time. So you can see who's active on LinkedIn currently. You can put education on there, what you did for education. I would just do college. I wouldn't really worry about high school or anything like that, unless you want to connect with people from your high school, then maybe I would connect it. But if you don't really want to do that, you don't have to. I've talked to some people that are like, I don't want to age myself by putting my high school on there or anything like that. You don't have to. So, or I think you don't have to put what year you graduated. So that's another way to get around it. Again, here's the skills. So, which I actually, so I have stuff in the food industry as well that people have endorsed me for because I used to have my own chocolate business. A little fun fact about myself. So that's what some people have engaged me for, but your top endorsement skills are going to show up here. So, so customer service, I have 17 endorsements from people for that. I have 14 endorsements for customer satisfaction and 7 for management, and then a bunch more down here as well. And it categorizes it, interpersonal skills, tools and technologies, things like that. So I had Jared give me a recommendation to kind of show you. I just did it strictly for this class and not to have a recommendation here. So I had, right? So I had him do a test one so you guys could see what it looks like. So I can request for recommendation right there at the top. So I just do ask for recommendation. So say I wanted a recommendation from Ginger, I can do that. And by the way, I talked about the first, second, and third degree connections. So Ginger is my first degree, so we have an actual connection on LinkedIn. So I could ask her for a LinkedIn recommendation. You can say relationship and how that relationship is and why I'm asking for a recommendation. So, if we just work together, or anything like that, you just choose what you want that recommendation based off of. And then my position at the time. So if I was a realtor at KW, I would hit next. Let's just say, yeah, I think this is the best one. So we'll just say that, and I would hit next. And then I say, hey Ginger, can you write me a recommendation or something like that? And then I can just type in whatever right there and request it. I won't send you a recommendation request though, Ginger. So that's a great way to ask clients or other lenders about for recommendations. Like I said, it's actually better for you to write recommendations for other people first, and then in turn ask for a recommendation back. Sometimes if you just do it for them, they'll just end up writing it back, if they are active on LinkedIn, that is. Interests of other pages I follow. All right, any questions so far? Good.
Where does that lead capture go to your website?
That just goes to my email. I just get the lead info in my email. Kind of interesting, I can see when people are searching for my page, you can see who else shows up when people are looking at me. I can see who they're also viewing, so I'm kind of seeing my competition, I guess, in a way, of what's happening. So looks like I have my real estate license in Oregon. I'm from Oregon, so that's why there's some like Oregon real estate agents in here and things like that. So just get an idea of what other people are seeing. There's different skills on here to look at, to view, to learn a little bit more about your skills that you have. I'm going to go back to home and show you, actually I'm going to show you how to do a real estate news. So let's just say, okay, that was the one. So, for example, say this story popped up, I saw it on CNBC and I wanted to share it with clients, just something of content. Right here, there's a LinkedIn button where I can just connect it to my LinkedIn. I just click it, and I can share that post right to my LinkedIn page, so I don't even have to do anything. So if I'm ever reading an article and I want to share it, I can do it right from there and just type in the article. Again, LinkedIn is meant for showing off your profession, giving items of value, and helping people that way to remind them that you are in real estate. So the more active you are on there, showing this type of stuff, the better. The best time to post on LinkedIn is right before people go to work and right after people go to work. And I read that Tuesday through Thursday are the best days for that. So again, I have 245 people in my network. I can add more people by just going through here, and I can add different connections. So like, for example, most of you know Carrie Hur, I'll connect with him, and I just sent him a connection. So just like that, you can connect with people on LinkedIn very easily just by sending a connect button. And then again, it's all up there. But one of the coolest things actually that a lot of people don't know about LinkedIn is you can download all of your connections information. For example, I did mine. Let's see, where is it? Oops. And just like that, I have all of my contacts. So for example, here's Guy Johnson right there. We'll put his information out there. So just like that, it shows that when I connected with them, their email address, and everything, and what company they're with. So just like that, I can connect with clients. I'll take that off there so people don't just connect with my people. But so just like that, I can actually download all of my contacts' email addresses and be able to put them. I'm going to go over that in just a second. And just by downloading them, I would have two recommendations on this. Is one, if you're going to be putting them on some type of email campaign or something like that, I would at least at a minimum make sure that they're local and important to you, so I'm not gonna download people from across the country on a drip campaign that I don't know. So, and I'm also not gonna do it that aren't gonna be interested in that type of thing. So, it's a great way to find contacts, email addresses, and be able to engage them on I normally do on a monthly basis, just one touch to connect with them, to remind them in another form factor. So it's up to you guys how you want to do that, but I don't like to bombard people with emails. People get enough emails as it is, so I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. If I remember how. Let's see. No. I'm going through here and just making sure I believe it was a few days ago when I did this. I should have practiced again before I came here. Jared, do you have any input right now while I'm searching? What do you use LinkedIn most for?
I don't, have you gone over creating a business page on LinkedIn?
I didn't go on how to create one. Most people, pretty much everyone had a LinkedIn page, so. Oh, like the business page, like how Keller Williams Group 1 has a page. I did not.
So you all, as agents, can create your own business page. So you could be Jody Shaw at Keller Williams Group 1. So rather saying you work for Keller Williams Group 1, you can say you work for Jody Shaw at Keller Williams Group 1. The difference in that is, when Garrett was talking about SEO, is that it just helps your SEO out twice as much, because not only do you have your personal page, but then you have your business page. So think of that business page as Facebook business, just it's LinkedIn business. So, like, we as Keller Williams, the brokerage, have a page. You guys can do the same thing.
All right, so, okay, I remembered how to do it. So, you're going to go to, you click on your Me picture up there, and you're going to go down to Settings and Privacy, and this is to download. You're going to go to Privacy button here, and you're going to scroll down. Right here, download your data. So download an archive of your account data, posts, connections, and more. So I can click that, and you choose whatever thing you want. So what I did is I clicked connections, and just like that, I can download an archive of all my connections. That exact Excel sheet I just showed you, that's what you get. And then if I needed an updated one, I can request a new archive if I added a bunch more people or something like that. If you wanted to do other archives of stuff, you can do that as well. I don't though, so that's the connections there. Another great way to add people to your connections is through email address. So you can actually add people. You might have saw when I was looking at my suggested network, there's people suggested because they were in my email. So I connected my email address to here. So my partner Carson, he's on here. He's actually doesn't have a LinkedIn page, but I can invite him to have one. But it does suggest people based on people in my email I'm trying to find. Eileen, she's in my email. I worked with her in Oregon. So because I did, because we connected via email on there, have her saved in my email, it's a connection right there. So there are different connections, and you can search for people's email specifically. So if you wanted to search and copy someone's email and paste it in there, you can actually search for people's email in there, or you can just search by name if you want to do that. So you can search for people, you can search for jobs, or you can search for content. So that's kind of a rough idea of what I want to do. I'm going to post this page. It's called 17 LinkedIn Profile Must-Haves. It's a really basic, I kind of went over everything pretty quickly, and it's a lot of information. So one of the best ways to walk you through each aspect of your LinkedIn page is what this document is, and it's literally a long document walking you through from the top of your profile, from your picture and name and profession, all the way down to skills, recommendations, things like that. And it's going to explain and give you tips.
And for both of you, back to the business page. Maybe I'm dense, but I thought LinkedIn technically is only business related.
Yeah.
So what would be the benefit of having an additional business page? I get it for Facebook, but I don't get it for LinkedIn.
So really it would be, the benefit would be the SEO side of it, so the search engine optimization part. So if I'm just pulling up, this is what the business page looks like on, for an agent up in Boise. So basically it gives you more information about who you are, but just in more of like a business aspect. And then when people are Googling you or Googling for a real estate agent, LinkedIn is pushing that out into the stratosphere, whatever I'm trying to say, and picks that information up. So that really would be it.
So are you recommending us have 2 or 1?
So I would recommend that you go in and create, you have your personal profile, right? And then you go in and create your business profile, but you do that under your personal page, just like you do for Facebook.
Okay,
So create your personal first.
Personal first,
Yeah.
and then business.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then when you say in your personal profile, it's going to ask you where you work, you need to link to that business page. So
Okay, oh, it is the work icon.
work here, and then
Create a company page.
Okay.
Okay.
I never scrolled down, so that's why I never saw it.
So then this is where you would put, you know, or we'll go Garrett.
Damn it.
And then it will take you literally step by step about.
And then are you making connections separately with that page, or is it?
No, so
part of
this
your-
page, like people like your page on Facebook,
Yeah.
that's what this is turning into. So people would have to follow you, right? So if I'm thinking about you, Mary, you create this page, and then you can make this about Lake Tahoe real estate information.
Right.
And then in your LinkedIn profile as a personal page, you share it onto your personal profile. Yeah. Really the number one reason why you want to do this is so that when people are Googling you, that the results you want them to see, yeah, is popping up. Yeah. Makes you look more legit.
So you can also post jobs on this one too, so
Yeah.
rather than posting it on your personal one if you have a position.
So we'd be putting listings in this right here,
Yes, and then
That
share
would
it
be-
to your personal.
Yeah.
and then share your personal.
Yeah.
And it's all pretty self-explanatory how to edit stuff. Anywhere you see a pencil, to edit the picture, the name, update cover image, you literally just click on it to start getting that part going. So that's a good assignment for me and for everyone else. But like I said, focus on your profile, your personal profile first, and then move to this one next. Would be
So,
my
If I
recommendation.
can give you an example of that. Of course, I'm going to throw my staging business into it. And Garrett's going to follow me now.
I like how you did that.
So if you see this, so this is basically what that looks like. And then I make sure that I'm updating it regularly, because then it looks like something that's updated constantly, which Google likes. Google likes that the page is active, that people are actually working it. And then this gets taken and then shared personally. So if you click see more, you can see more about the company. Now Google likes for other websites to link to our website, so that's just another opportunity to link to it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good job.
And again, don't forget, I'll post that on the event page, the 17 LinkedIn profile must-haves. So
So we're all gonna like you when we get back to our computers.
Yes, add me on LinkedIn and we can all endorse each other too.